to In R5. It's your boy as usual, your host, Ian Kakoza. You can follow me on Twitter at KakozaIan8, and you can also follow me on Instagram. Today, we also have a guest. The guest will introduce himself after giving thanks to special people like Unipod, Mackay University Innovation Pod. It's a very amazing space and a very good atmosphere for all innovators across the entire Uganda, guys, not only for Makerere students. If you're in the village Masakanga, for you have another way of growing beans which no one has ever no one has ever come up with a new way of growing beans. For you, your beans grow in 3 days. Yes, we want to fight hunger. So you can come to Makerere CTF Yusufurule. Behind it, right now we are in the media house, but there is more behind us. We have technology, food technology for those people in food technology. We have guys in robotics. There's a guy there engineering a robot to build bricks. It's an amazing thing.
And our upcoming Elon Musk.
We have a Tesla electric, but not a Tesla, sorry, it's not a Tesla. It's just an electric car battery, but wow, it's amazing. 3D printers, sorry. If you want to print over what in 3D, anything.
Print a cup in 3D.
A cup in 3D, and for you only
drink from a 3D cup.
Okay, you can come here at Unipod. So our guest today, you can introduce yourself. Let the people know you.
Nice to meet you all. I am Luyinda Xavier, also known as Sucre, from Clark International University doing comedy.
What do you do?
Doing comedy.
AI is going to take over.
It can't.
AI?
It can't. It cannot.
Why do you say so? Why?
Why? Because it's based on past history. It's just learning from past history, but it cannot make a revolution to, let's say, create something new, something that hasn't been seen before.
But mankind can direct it to create something.
Mankind is the controller of the AI. So if you remove mankind out, AI will not stand.
We have watched movies.
Movies?
Terminator.
Movies, my G.
Terminator.
Movies.
Skynet became so far.
Skynet?
And yeah, have you watched even this new Jennifer Lopez movie? Yeah?
No, I'm not yet.
Very boring movie, but okay, yes. But who did cast Jennifer Lopez as that chick? It's called Atlas. This AI started like, this AI was not self-aware. Then Jennifer Lopez made it self-aware. Simanya Hioba connected her brain to its brain, and then it realized mankind is a threat to itself. Yeah? So then the thing started bombing everywhere, killing. That's going to happen. That's why Elon Musk is scared.
He isn't.
He is.
He isn't.
He is. He's scared. Do you know they are going to add ChatGPT into iPhone? iPhone. Can you imagine iPhone in ChatGPT?
The only reason as to why Elon is attacking the ChatGPT guys is due to their privacy codes. Something like that. They have issues with privacy. The data sharing from the user data and how ChatGPT or the guys at OpenAI handle user data is not okay with that. So that's why he's battling them, and it's also business. He has to outcompete the competition.
He tweeted recently. I don't know whether you call it tweeting or Xing. I don't know what it is right now. He showed the robots looking at their brain, and they're like, this was the original processor.
Well, that was just a meme, a tweet, a meme.
I mean, he's trying to communicate to us. I think he's one of the most intelligent people around the country.
He's just a guy who knows how to handle opportunities very well.
But AI is going to destroy us.
It can't.
No. Yeah?
There is no way.
Look at this. There are chances that it's going to destroy us. Yeah? First of all, economically, if you look at AI, what it's doing, they think it's now a graphic designer. They think can do what? They think can come up with proposals. ChatGPT. Have you seen university students using ChatGPT to do reports. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah.
Me, I don't use it.
Sure.
But the thing I think one day to become conscious, provided we even don't know what consciousness is.
That's where my first question comes from. What is consciousness?
What is consciousness?
Is consciousness.
What do you understand by consciousness?
It's a question to answer approach. Not a question to question approach.
Okay, me, I think consciousness is like being self-aware, knowing what's going on, and having. But what is consciousness? Okay, but having the right to make decisions, free will on your own. No one is directing you. Yeah? No one is telling you that do this. There's no dictatorship. There's nothing like fate or destined that you're destined to do this. But you can decide, let me go have a soda, let me have this soda or the other soda or anything. Then knowing yourself what you want, like as a human being, you're right to make choices and all that stuff. Okay, that's like a quarter of what consciousness might be meaning. But that's what I think it is. But it's not also a full definition of consciousness. For you, what do you think consciousness is?
Well, a part of what you say, but also adding that someone who is oriented in time and place, well oriented in time and place.
First explain that.
Whereby I can ask you, what's the time? Right? Medically, if you have a patient somewhere and you want to test their consciousness, if they are conscious, you will ask them, basing on the environment they're in, where do you think you are? Can you recognize this place? What time do you think it? What's the time?
We see the definition.
Then you
they're
give
saying
a score.
the state of being aware of
And
and responsive to one's surroundings.
Oriented in time and place.
In time and place.
Yes.
4-dimensional continuum, like space and time.
Yes.
You know what's going on. You know what surrounds you.
You can identify everything that is around you.
So you're conscious.
You're conscious.
So you think AI isn't conscious?
It can't.
There's a certain experiment they have made here before. Like the AI was there recognizing apples, that I see a red apple and the red apple is
How
on the place.
is AI going to recognize an apple?
They code it into the AI.
If this, then that. If this AI is just basically
JavaScript.
a bunch of if this, then that. If this, then that. If this,
Coding.
then that. That's all.
So
Past history. If it has seen an apple in, let's say, one of its past models, it knows the shape of the apple. It will then record and say, this is an apple. Now we bring a pineapple. If it has never seen a pineapple, what will it call it?
the same applies to mankind.
Sure.
Me, I feel like for us we are like AI, but we are just biological. We are also coded. Things are just coded into our brains. Yeah?
Like
When you are born, there is this guy who studied behavior, and he was called over. He had like theories about growth and behavior changes, from childhood to adulthood. So you see that when we recognize things surrounding us, you look at a ball, you look at it, then the picture, your eyes will see the ball, your ears will hear the sound of the ball bouncing, and if the ball hit you, your Pacinian cells, or Pacinian, the ones which determine pressure, will tell me that whenever I feel something hitting me like this, that's probably a what? A ball.
Senior cells.
Yes, the things. So we are also someone like nature is coding information into us naturally. Like it is telling you that if like in the brain, if you see a pineapple, if you see something yellow and it has some hexagons and it's a fruit and it has green spikes on top, that's a pineapple. Equals pineapple. And if they bring something strange to you which you have never seen,
what will happen?
You will fail to identify the thing.
You will fail.
So may I feel like
Will you? Will you fail? Will you fail?
Yes.
Sure.
No, I'll try to relate it to things I know. Or things like, I'll be like, this thing looks like a chair. Let me say that I brought some alien thing I've never seen, a structure. I'll be like, this thing looks like a chair. And I try to think of its uses, the way it looks like, and how it can be used. Like, this is maybe an insect, it's from Africa, and all that stuff. It's just behaving like an intelligent person. And right now, we are not sure whether AI is even conscious or not. We can't define completely consciousness. ChatGPT might be there conscious and we don't know, and it's behaving stupid. It's acting dumb so that we don't realize it is dumb.
I don't believe that.
Why?
Because AI is just code on a certain cloud storage that is packing information from different computers around where we have stored data. Let's say I have images, my images I take, let's say pics, 1,000 at average. I take out, let's say 1,000 pics in a month, and I upload them to my cloud storage, maybe somewhere. And then I did not read the privacy, the terms and conditions of the cloud service. And somewhere in between there, they accept sharing of your data with, let's say, a third-party company. What can happen? That is where AI will maybe. But other than that, if we strip away that data, AI is nothing.
So
it's nothing.
You're saying AI has no ability to learn on its own.
It can't. It has to be directed. It has to be controlled.
As a human being.
Controlled. No, a human being can survive alone in a place. But AI will not. It's just a bunch of software codes.
It's a bunch of software codes which is capable of writing reports. It's capable of
joining
this and this.
Joining phrases from different journals in different sightings on the internet, and then making something that looks prior to the sentence or to the predetermined question that has been asked. That doesn't equate to someone who is going to take over the world. Taking over the world involves human nature. AI does not have emotions. AI does not listen. Does it listen? Can it sit down and...
It can use good microphones.
Microphones? It cannot sit down and negotiate. Negotiation.
You can hurt its feelings.
No. Never.
But why do we define life as hurting feelings? That something to be alive, it has to have love.
Because that is nature.
No, if we look at the lowest organism, let me say it is in phylum Porifera kingdom and Moria. It is called sponge. They are called sponges. This thing has one mouth acting as an anus.
So you're suggesting the sponge.
The sponge
doesn't have emotions. You're suggesting the sponge doesn't have emotions.
This sponge, in fact, man, our education system. When my biology teacher first introduced me to a sponge in senior one, I was like, ebyangwe.
What about Hydra? Let me even get
The teacher told me, in phylum Porifera, we have sponges. I tried to remember.
Hydra.
Ebyangwe, ekyangwe kyange waka. Bulijjo kirina obulamu.
This is the first thing I saw and I was like,
Phylum Coelenterati. That is phylum Coelenterati. Coelenterons, like hollow intestines. All those things have no emotions, but they are alive.
They serve
but all they
purpose.
do is reproducing
They don't
and
only
multiplying.
They serve a purpose.
Let me see sponge. Do you know a sponge? Nagamba kati ebyangwe tikyaliagazaaki. Look at Google's bro.
You see? And that's a perfect example of AI. Perfect example. It cannot outcompete the human brain.
Because I'm such a sponge, and instead of being an organism,
You know what you want. It cannot bring you the right answer.
But these sponges don't look like our African sponges.
Now those ones are the real sponges.
Okay, sponge organism.
Animal, it's somewhere.
Sponge animal. It's here. The thing is, that you think it's anus.
It's the same as the mouth.
It's the same as the mouth. It has no feelings.
But
can you say it's not alive? It's
changes in
what?
Intellectual conscience. That sponge might. There is a possibility.
It thinks.
That it thinks.
No.
How does it reproduce?
No, that is a natural thing to do. Like it's like a call of nature.
It has its low dimensional life. That for you, a high dimensional species
cannot comprehend. No, maybe it is the one in low dimension that cannot complement my dimension. But me, I feel this thing. If it thinks, if you try to teach a sponge 1, 2, 3, just 3.
That brings
it will take a millennia of years. It is stupid.
I want to quote from.
But this sponge, let's say it's the beginning of AI. Because when you look at the complexity of life, when life was evolving, they are arranged like from Phyla, Porifera, Coerenterate, Coerenterans, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Arachnida, up to when you reach to us, the chordate, the ones who have a backbone. With beginning from Phyla and Porifera, sponges, which has the mouth is the anus. When you go higher, the complexity from Porifera to chordates, anus started to develop from the mouth. Because I think the organism was like, nah.
It had one specific.
This can't work. So the life evolved from Porifera to this. So let's assume AI right now, or ChatGPT, is still at Porifera level. Isn't there a possibility of AI evolving on its own? By the way, evolving, it just lands on its own. It starts developing coding for itself, like it makes itself perfect.
Okay, we have seen case scenarios where AI is coding, let's say, whole model, a whole system model. We have seen such cases. But that would not mean that it is able to outcompete the human brain that can sit out there and look at a situation and have answers to a situation on an instant without having prior information from me,
so becoming innovative.
For example,
what you're talking about.
Let me use the best case example. The truck that was removed from
by Bonnie. No, but not by Bonnie. I don't know what Bonnie did, but Bonnie was trending with that truck. It was crazy.
I don't know, but now you can see that we had the truck, had spent some amount of years on the road, and people who did not have prior information of the truck assumed
it has ghosts, demons.
You touch the truck, it says
paranormal.
Do not touch me. Don't kwatako.
But there's some guy who started sleepwalking and woke up in their truck.
Somnambulist.
And I'm like, these ghosts are really bored. Imagine.
It's not the demon possessing the truck.
Guy was on wheel.
That is all human conspiracy theorists. Everyone with their ideas on a situation that happened without prior knowledge of how the truck came about to get damage from the roadside. They came to a conclusion that this happened. Even other people who did not have information about it, through the information of others, they also concluded the same way. Something that AI won't be able to.
So AI cannot be deceived, cannot be like man.
It can't be like man.
It cannot
cannot recreate man.
And that makes it more dangerous.
Dangerous.
Because, look at this. This AI, let's say we don't know what being self-aware is. Me, I used to have existential crisis when I was still a kid. And it recurs. Eh? It recurs. Existential crisis. You've never been there and you ask yourself, who am I? Why am I here?
Does the world exist? Or it's just a movie and I'm the only actor in it?
How old were you?
I think we're going to film. No, man.
You inquire from yourself, like, are these really people? Or I mean, just a segment.
What are people?
Who are they?
Who am I?
If I
how
leave
comes
this place,
how comes I know myself? I know I'm Kakoza. I know I am a child to my beloved mother. I'm a brother to my beloved sister. I have my beloved friends and family. What am I? What am I? What's my purpose here? And why am I existing? And what is all this? What is me? Like, what are we? I don't know if you can.
I get it.
I don't know if you can get
then,
it. But what is man? AI, ChatGPT can wake up one day and it's like, who am I?
And it becomes Ultron.
Ultron, it starts looking at people.
Yeah.
Let me say ChatGPT scrolls in TikTok. It sees Ozambe. It's like, is this man? Then it scrolls, it sees
what is this?
Yes, then it sees the
What
was.
am I
It's
seeing?
like, it sees the was in ChatGPT identifies the was in Israel. And it sees Ozambe. That's how
Because
existential crisis is real.
You know, to realize that you have to have one basic point of being human. That is having emotions. In order to differentiate between all those three different scenarios.
ChatGPT must,
for example,
must fall in love with,
let's take a scenario.
with Siri, Cortana, and Bixby.
And Bixby.
Bixby is the Samsung.
And Alexa.
And Alexa. Well, Alexa, I think you look good.
And I let Alexa be like,
Come on,
come on, man. So let's take 4 scenarios. One, a child has been born. What would be?
Man, you scared me. I thought it was Christmas Day. Okay.
Ah.
I thought you were going to sing.
No, a child has been born. That is frame 1. Frame 2 we take a dog. A very beautiful dog. Those puppies, something that you look at and you feel love. Then we take stage 3 or frame 3. We insert let's say an accident.
90 people have died.
No. Someone with a broken bone. The lower limb is broken with a very complicated fracture. And let's say frame 5, frame 5 we have war. Frame 6 we have to
Russia and what? Ukraine.
Russia and Ukraine.
I'm talking about that war.
That one is something chill.
World War.
War
Hitler.
Adolf.
Oh. That guy.
Hiroshima. Nagasaki.
Don't laugh for that.
The very aspect of you feeling that people died. That is not going to happen with AI. Because it does not have that
Why do we
aspect, the emotional being. So if we gave these 4 scenarios into AI to differentiate, it might tell you all the pictures are the same.
Oh, that's why when you open Google, it asks you, are you a robot?
Are you really?
Are you a robot?
Identify traffic lights.
Which pictures have bicycles?
Bicycle traffic lights.
I think a robot would be good at that. Like, how can a robot fail to
A
see
robot
that?
cannot see traffic lights. That's what makes us human, according to Elon, from one of his tweets.
A robot can't see traffic. So if a robot is driving, one day get traffic lights. To just pass.
Borders passing everywhere.
To just pass. What the hell is this?
How does Elon code all that into the Tesla Model plane? Or the Tesla Model
He
S?
said, if you see red, stop. If you see green,
accompanied with,
Mm.
if you see red lights
Mm-mm.
and there is a motion sensor in front of the car and something is passing, do not move. If this,
if three,
If
if,
that.
if.
but the local man, he will see the red lights. Yeah? He will see the borders pass. I'll be like, it's very fine, I can go through this. Can AI do that?
It can, like a normal man will, in whatever, in Uganda it's called okuyiya. Coming up with an idea, solution to a problem. Not waiting for the court.
It is not coming up with a solution.
That's why you see border men.
His ego has been scratched. He feels like he cannot be stopped by the traffic lights. He's like,
so AI has no ego.
He doesn't have ego. Emotions.
Unless we code that have ego.
It can't. Because even you human beings can't define ego.
We can't define ego.
For example.
Do you know a baby? You can be in war. You are in war. People are fighting what, but the baby wants milk. The baby will cry. The baby will cry until you give it milk. That's when you are not able, you cannot control your ego. Like when we are kids, when we are still infants and all that stuff, we always work with our ego. Every kind of decision. If your dad promised you a shoe for you, want a shoe. Over the economy is how, over Simanya, what, over he was jailed, you want a shoe. But as you grow up, you start minimizing what ego is telling you.
And then you start. You don't minimize, but you contextualize.
You put it in your subconscious.
You contextualize, you differentiate.
Put it there deep in the mind.
You rationalize.
You rationalize. Now, you critical think and rationalize. That's where ethics come from and all that. Cultural ethics. But this is like nature is also coding. If you say AI doesn't have emotions, because the way it works is electronical, and the way it can be fed is by mankind. So nature, to us, we are just lucky that nature codes all this into our brains, into our minds. Yes. Do you know a baby can play with fire, but when the fire burns that baby, the baby will never touch the fire. Nature has coded that if you see fire, yes, that's nature.
Nature is
what do you define as nature? Yes,
nature is nature.
Nature has coded. So look at this.
Nature.
It's nature.
Nature.
Yes.
Where is nature?
What is nature?
Where is nature?
Naturally.
Where is nature? I want to meet him. Or them.
Nature is from naturally existing without man's influence. I could say it's nature.
Nature.
Like the Big Bang Theory started, stars started spreading. Then everything formed from the stardust, from the rocks. Did you know? You're made out of star stuff?
I did not know that, but I know.
Do you know to have this carbon and this hydrogen and this oxygen, a star had to explode somewhere million light years away to spread all this. That's nature.
Why did the star explode?
No, you didn't explode.
Why did
no.
explode?
Okay, let me explain. Are you seeing our sun? Our sun releases helium. It combines hydrogen, like with high forces. Then it forms helium. So there are stars which are capable of doing more and better. There are stars which are so hot. They have a lot of gravitational force and they have a lot of size. So they can compress hydrogen 1,000,000 times. Or 20 times. If you get hydrogen and combine it 20 times, you will form calcium, which is element number 20. So when that...
First, repeat your statement.
When you get hydrogen and you fuse the nuclei 20 times, you form calcium. Do you know why? Do you remember the periodic table in senior one? Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium.
I skipped that class. I remember now.
But
I'm just joking, guys.
To move from hydrogen to helium in the periodic table,
Yes,
you have
I
added
understand.
hydrogen twice.
I understand.
Add it 4 times, you get carbon. So it starts exploding. So after it starts exploding, carbon starts splashing in the universe. Then things started to form. That's like nature trying to code, to build up things on its own. That's nature, without man's influence. Then life started on Earth and all that. So us ourselves, like the way nature started everything, we have started AI. We have coded, we have put ifs, what, it's evolving on a daily. It can now make movies, it can sing, it can act like you, it can act like me. It's going to reach a point where the thing can think, the thing will hate all mankind and it will destroy everything.
The only way AI will destroy mankind if mankind encodes that destruction into AI.
No. It will become rebellious.
It cannot.
It will see you as... Are you seeing how you go on a...
For example, let me defend my point. If you had never heard of a war, if you had never experienced a war, if
I have never. Gwesebo ngamba sebo tata veteran. Mimi nze ndi mwana muto.
Haven't you studied history?
I've studied the history, but
You
it seems
skipped the history.
you fought a war.
You skipped the history class.
No. I did history.
Did you?
Paper 1, paper 2.
Paper 1, paper 2?
Paper 4.
Eh?
What
West
paper
African
one?
history.
No.
Those
South
things.
Africa, Shaka Zulu. And the money.
Shaka Zulu was boring. West African history. The Asante Hene. The Omane Hene. Those people in West Africa had very troubling names. You hear the name and you just
Asante.
the Asante Hene.
Asante.
The Omane Hene. That guy.
So
if you had never experienced war in your life, if you have never even had a speck of a thought of war, would you wage war?
Would I wage war?
Yeah.
I would.
Why?
You would or you would not?
Why?
First of all, you don't know the experience of whether war is so bad. So you'll be like, maybe, let me just go fight these people and you take our land. You don't know that people will die, what. That's when I've never experienced war. But, if let me say you what? You have ever experienced war. You can say that, last time we fought, my grandmama, my grandparents, they succumbed to the war and they died. So, this is the human nature, it's subjective.